Hey guys, so today's keto meal is roasted asparagus and crab and parmesan stuffed mushrooms. So I start with rinsing my asparagus and then I'll just pat it dry with some paper towels. Now I'm going to take a freezer storage bag and put the asparagus in there along with a little bit of olive oil. And then I'll just rub the asparagus around inside the bag to make sure that all of it is fully coated. I like doing it this way so that the asparagus is completely covered in the olive oil and I didn't have to get olive oil all over my hands. So now I'm going to dump it into my baking dish and then I'll season it with some salt and pepper.
Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it.
Once it's seasoned, it's ready to go into an oven at 400 degrees. Moving on to the mushrooms. You can't really rinse mushrooms off, so instead you take a damp paper towel and you just kind of wipe them off as best you can. So I'm just going to keep wiping while I watch this Basketball Wives reunion. Oh, there's Honey. Hey, baby.
Real one.
Now you want to gently snap the stems from the mushrooms and separate them from the heads.
Ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one.
Once you've removed all the stems, the next step is to go ahead and mince them with your knife. Some people like to use a food processor, but that's just dirtying dishes for no good reason.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss.
Set the minced stems aside in a bowl and add in your diced red pepper. I had already diced some before I began the video.
Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one.
Chop up some green onion and add that to the bowl with the red bell peppers and the mushroom stems.
Boss, ain't nothing to it.
I'm using canned crab meat. This is about a 15-ounce can, and I'm going to use maybe about a quarter of it in this recipe.
Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it.
For the most part, the canned crab meat is usually minced pretty well, but sometimes there's some larger pieces of claw meat in there, so I'm just going to kind of chop them up.
Real one, ain't nothing to it.
Now I'm just going to saute the mushroom stems, bell peppers, and green onions. And I apologize for this camera angle. I thought I actually was capturing the pan. Apparently I wasn't. Again, this is a keto meal, so if you see me adding butter, don't be frightened, don't be startled. I eat a lot of butter. I like butter. Eating butter helps me stay fit. Once the vegetables have begun to soften, you can go ahead and add in the crab meat.
Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss.
Continue sauteing the mixture over medium-high heat. If it starts to look a little dry, just add in some butter.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it.
Seasoning for this is going to be very simple. I'm just using salt, black pepper, and then I had like a Tony seafood seasoning.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss.
Let that cook a little, and then you're going to add in some cream cheese. Again, we're loading it with fat because I'm making this as a part of my keto eating.
Ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it.
Whenever you add cream cheese to a pan like this, you're going to have to be kind of aggressive with mashing it so that it melts completely into the dish. Otherwise, you'll end up with big chunks of just plain cream cheese, and you want it to blend in very good.
Ain't nothing to it.
I've got a foil-lined cookie sheet that I'm just going to arrange the mushrooms on, and then I will begin adding the filling.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one.
Now, I don't have any particular technique for adding the filling to the mushrooms. I'm just going to put as much on top of each mushroom that I think will last without falling off and making a mess.
Real one, ain't nothing to it. Boss, ain't nothing to it. Real one, ain't nothing to it.
Now that I have filled all the mushrooms, I'm going to go back and just add a little layer of Parmesan cheese on top. Shredded Parmesan, not grated. After that, they're all set and ready to go into that oven that's already been heated to 400 degrees. And I'm just going to have a little sample while I wait for the cheese to melt and kind of brown on top. And the mushrooms should start to kind of secrete some liquid. Then you'll know they're done. If you try this, please let me know how it turns out. Hope you like it. Enjoy.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one.